is Nauja Kleist, and I'm a senior researcher at the Danish Institute for International Studies in Copenhagen. I work on diaspora engagement, particularly Somali diaspora engagement, and I coordinate the research project that has brought us here, the Diaspora Humanitarianism and Complex Crises collaborative research project, or DHUM for short. And in this research project, we examine how Somali diaspora groups located in Kenya, Zambia, and European countries engage in the Somali regions during crisis. So in terms of the humanitarian engagement, the role of gender, the role of social media, the role of kinship, and many other issues. Yeah, so the conference is the end of award conference for our research project because it's coming to an end within the public year. And what we wanted to do was to bring people, researchers together to discuss various aspects and insights into what we here use the term vernacular humanitarianism. So that refers to various support practices that are going on in African contexts. Here there's been a lot of focus on East Africa, but also on West Africa and South Africa, but also elsewhere in the world, basically. So how people come together and support outside, or mainly outside, the conventional humanitarian system. And it has really been amazing. There has been so great papers and presentations, lots of empirical insights. We have all learned so much, a lot of analytical and theoretical insights. So what are the implications of terming something vernacular humanitarianism? Should it be something else? Attention to history, because a real key finding from the conference is that these practices have long histories. So sometimes in the donor world or in the international humanitarian system, these are framed as humanitarian actors. So that's actually not the case. These are practices that in many instances date back for a long time. So they're transformed over time because of societal change, political change, conflict, technology, etc. But they are very often not new. To expect that one conference changes a field, that would be a bit presumptuous, but I hope it can contribute. There's some momentum in the moment and interest, both in research but also in the broader humanitarian systems in relation to these kinds of, in our case, diaspora humanitarianism or everyday humanitarianism, faith-based actors and their role in humanitarianism because of the crisis in the international system, lack of funding, various other problems. So hopefully this can chip into, first of all, a greater awareness and recognition of these actors and practices, and that they have been around for a long time. And also consultation with various kinds of humanitarian actors outside the international system. So this is like the hope for in terms of policy implication. So to add to this, and in terms of the scholarly field, so to speak, this also contributes to a moment right now where there's a lot of emphasis on this, where this field is really starting to emerge and take off. And we obviously also hope that we can contribute to this. And here we'll emphasize that a lot of the papers and research projects that we have discussed during these 3 days take place in the African continent. So there's been a lot of focus on Europe in terms of solidarity, humanitarianism, or whatever, however we frame it, or how diaspora groups in Europe or Western countries engage, but less in terms of how diaspora groups based on the African context engage in African complex crisis or humanitarian disaster. So I think that's also a real contribution that we are making.